Hey guys, it's Brian Bottkiller, and today, in being a successful musician, I'm actually going to ask you guys a question. And that question is, when's the last time that you sold music to someone that you didn't know? I brought this up on my Facebook more recently, and I got a lot of really interesting answers from musician friends of mine, DJs, record label owners, a little bit everybody, honestly. And the reason I brought it up is that, I'm going to be honest, like right now, I'm not selling a whole heck of a lot of music. I certainly wish that I was, but I'm just not. And that's okay. This is going to happen. I'm really grateful for the people that do buy my music, but I will admit this. A lot of the people who have bought my music more recently and through a lot of what I've done honestly have been people that I know in some way or another. Now that doesn't mean that they're like really good friends of mine. I'm not chasing after my family all the time to be like, "Hey, you guys need to buy my music." That doesn't work. You can't do that. You cannot be running after your friends and your family all the time and being like, "Hey, you need to buy my music." That's not how it works. Your peers and your family are not meant to be your fans. It's really nice if they are in some way or another, but you know, they're not. That should not be your only source, because if it is, honestly, you're going to be in trouble. So anyway, uh, you know, a lot of the folks who have bought stuff from me are like people that I've engaged with in some way or another. I've met them on Twitter, or I've met them at shows, or I've just met them through the internet or something along those lines. And I think that's really cool. I mean, I'm really grateful for the people that I've met who then choose to buy my music, because honestly, once people are kind of friends with you, let's face it, it's a little hard sometimes to ask those people for money. I mean, like I don't even want to ask some people who I've just met peripherally for money. I just want to be like, here, you know what? Take my music, to heck with it. Like, enjoy it, whatever. Who cares? But when people choose to actually, vote with their dollars to give an artist some money, that's a really cool thing. What this brings to light for me is that, like really, honestly, I think that sometimes we need to ask ourselves this question, like, who is the audience that we're selling our music to? And so that's why I want to ask you guys, like, when is the last time that you sold music to somebody who you randomly just like don't know? And I mean, you wake up one day, you open your email, and boom, you have a Bandcamp sale from someone who you have not met before, you haven't talked to, you just randomly have a sale from them. Because that's a really awesome feeling. I love that. When somebody buys a piece of my music and they just buy it, and I didn't have to like tell them, "Hey man, I would love it if you would listen to my music," and blah 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 and all this crap. They just choose to buy it. Like, that's a really big thing, because that means that honestly somebody liked what you did so much that they like had to have it. That's an awesome feeling. I really want that to happen for every musician at least once, like at least once, because if you get that feeling, honestly, it's a little easier to hang on to it and run with it. So anyway, I'm curious about this. Like, when's the last time that this happened for you guys? And and does it happen to you a lot? Because when I asked this on my Facebook and I got a lot of these answers back, I had people telling me things like, "Oh, 2 minutes ago I got a sale." And I had people saying it's been a year. And I had other people saying, once a month or something like that. Interestingly enough, these were musicians and label owners and producers all across kind of this, the spectrum of where it is that we all exist. This wasn't just bigger name musicians that I know saying, "Oh yeah, I'm getting sales all the time." And in fact, I found that more of the independent musicians that I know were saying that they were getting sales pretty consistently. That made me really happy. I'll admit it also made me a little bit sad, because I have hit a little bit of a plateau in some ways of like how it is that I'm getting people to pay attention to some of my music, I think. And so as a result, I'm not like selling a whole lot of music, which is a drag. I would like to be selling more, but I'm not going to complain, because, it's not really worth it. Like, selling some music, no matter what, is still just a small thing. It's, as we've talked about many times on my channel, streaming music, selling music, etc. is not your only form of income. It can't be. It just doesn't work that way anymore. Arguably, it only worked for a very small period of time, and that period of time is long since gone. So, anyway, I would love to hear from you guys about when the last time is that you sold some music that was not to someone who you know. Are you selling only through online services? Are you selling, in person? Like, what are you doing? I'm always interested in hearing that, but I hope that the answer will be a lot of people are selling music, getting people who actually want to buy their music. Because that, honestly, again, that's like the best feeling when that happens. I'm really happy when it does. I think that there should be more of that, and I think that people should make that conscious decision more often to buy something that they hear that they really enjoy, that they know that they really want, and they're not just going to stream it off their phone. And that's fine if they do, whatever, we talked about streaming music a lot on my channel. It is what it is now, but keep in mind that the streaming payout rate is still 0.01 cents. I mean, it's, and I love saying it that way, 0.01, because it's nothing. I mean, that is literally nothing. It's so little money that you would never rely on that. But it is really cool to think that somebody out there, even if they're streaming, somebody out there heard your music potentially without you at all telling them to listen to it. They heard it randomly through a Spotify playlist. They heard it through Google Music, whatever, and they listened to it. And they may have added it to a playlist and continued to listen to it multiple times. That's an awesome feeling. Because if you're able to get that to happen, that's a bit of success. That's a big deal. So anyway, I'd love to hear from you guys about what's happening with you with respect to these things. So feel free to leave me a comment or find me on social media or send me an email or whatever. I always love hearing your stories, and hopefully you're selling music. So anyway, thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in to Being a Successful Musician. And until next time, keep making music, and I'll see you soon. You read